Welcome to Brownstone Worldwide. Welcome to Brownstone Worldwide. Tips, topics, and talk, we got it all. Brownstone Boozy and Breakfast with Vernell. Here to entertain, and we will help you live well. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you are welcome in the essence. This broadcast, Brownstone, the light is contagious. But you need go on and receive it for yourself. Just open it, exuberant, evolution, exciting. We standing on the foundation of expression. You might have seen, you might have been, or you could have gravitated. Our foundation, we want to create a space for all to collaborate and be liberated from eventually all over the globe. And we are extending a hand to those who are an extension from maybe platforms, dig into another stratosphere. Welcome to Brownstone Worldwide. Welcome to Brownstone Worldwide. Tips, topics, and talk, we got it all. Brownstone Boozy and Breakfast with Vernell. Here to entertain, and we will help you live well. And that is MSG, the message in the message. I can OD on my execution of excellency. And this as a man right now, and things aren't created, but see true.
Welcome everybody to the night shift. Welcome to the Brownstone. If you are just now joining us, I'm Paulette. I'm the owner and founder of Brownstone Worldwide, which houses brownstoneworldwide.com, Cityscape Radio, and you guessed it, Brownstone Living Magazine. Now, I got about 24 good minutes before this speech tonight. I will be honest with you. I am not excited to listen in or watch it, but I am probably going to use a Cliff Note version. Hey, Susie, how are you? For tonight's show, we're going to be going over a couple of things that are in the news before we move forward with what is happening tonight. So word on the street is that he will be making an announcement on Venezuela. I am not going to put that energy out there, but from what I'm understanding from several sources, news sources, he will be announcing some type of altercation with Venezuela. We're going to put it like that. But we'll see how that goes. Hey, Cheryl, come on in the room. Y'all come on in this room and let other people know that we're here. We got about 20 minutes now before, well, actually 25, but 20 minutes now before this actual speech happens. But let's go over a couple of things that are in the news right now. Hang on just a second. As always, somebody's always talking to me. All right, so a couple things. There is news that there at the Hanukkah celebration that Trump was at last night, that a GOP donor who happens to be a billionaire indicated that to Trump that she would be willing to give him an additional $250 million for a third term. Now let's talk about what was said. So basically, this billionaire GOP donor, Miriam Adelson, offered him $250 million. She would give him an additional, let's be clear, $250 million to support him if he were to pursue a third term as president. Hey, Smoke, how are you? And I thought, what? Who this? Okay, we're going to get into that in just a moment. So this comment was actually made during the White House Hanukkah reception. It was framed as joking by some attendees. They actually reopened a serious conversation that we've all been kind of hearing in the wind. And here's the thing. Can a U.S. president, these people wasting their money. Well, I mean, hey, Marvin, how are you? So it's reopened a kind of a stank little wound, right? Because Bannon talked about it, Steve Bannon, that is, he's talked about it. And some other folks YouTube channel. Yikes. Many creators are content affected. Did I miss some? Sure. Okay. Anyway, okay, so I'll come back to that. Hey, Purple Lady, how are you, Paulette? Good to see you. So Steve Bannon's been talking about it. Other people, he's already got his little, Trump 2028 hats and so forth. But can a U.S. president legally serve a third term? Well, let's go into it. The constitutional reality is that according to the 22nd Amendment, it's a hell no. Okay, under current U.S. law, a third presidential term is explicitly YouTube took creators' content and removed it from YouTube. I'm sorry, wait a minute, what? Why would they do that? Girl, now you're going to have me going down the rabbit hole. I'm going to have to, I got 20 minutes. I got 20 minutes. Okay, so I'm going to look into that, but thank you for sharing that. The current U.S. law says under the 22nd Amendment, which was actually ratified in 1951 under FDR, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, it is he actually served 4 terms, right? And then after him, it was like, yeah, nah, bro, we can't do this again. So no person shall be elected to the office of the president more than twice. This language has been repeatedly, hey, Teresa Star, how are you? This language has been repeatedly affirmed by constitutional scholars and courts. A president who has already been elected twice cannot run again under the existing constitution. Now, what would it take to appeal that is the question at hand here. So only one path exists: repeal or amend the 22nd Amendment, which would require 2/3 approval in both chambers of Congress, ratification by 3/4 of the states. One path: 2/3 approval in both chambers of Congress, ratification by 2/3 of the states. Now that's an extraordinarily high bar. Okay. The idea, hey, Angie T, how are you? The idea that could ever happen is almost nil. Okay. No one has ever succeeded in trying to do that, despite multiple proposals over the years. Okay. So we can kind of put that to rest. However, of course, we know there are loopholes. Okay. So in recent years, hey, Ajiko, how are you? No, I just got here. Lord, he'll be a corpse before that happens. Yes. Come on, Cheryl. Please say it. Yes. Marvin, I thought about that, but let's look at some of the loopholes, right? Because you're saying he might try an executive order, but an executive order is not law.
Right.
The 22nd Amendment is. All right, so let's talk about this. In recent years, a handful of legal commentators, including attorney Alan Dershowitz, have speculated about narrow interpretations of the Constitution, such as whether the amendment bars election, but not service through mechanisms. Y'all see how slick this is? This is like oil. You know what I mean? Like, oh, we're going to find a way. However, mainstream constitutional scholars overwhelmingly reject these theories, noting that the 12th Amendment, election law, and historical precedent close those doors. So to date, here's what you need to know. No court has endorsed a viable third term workaround. Okay? No serious legislative effort exists to repeal the amendment. So these are theoretical debates, and that's pretty much it, not legal realities. So the reason why this matters is this: the normalization of constitutional boundary testing. We're already seeing it happen with so many different things, right? So the violation of due process. We're seeing the upending or the efforts to upend the 14th Amendment, which gives people born in the United States U.S. citizenship. Thank you for that, Tramil. I appreciate you for that. You don't know, girl, none of their plans seem to be working out. See, they're going to keep on. Let me tell you something. I meant what I said today. Let me say this. Y'all know me by now. I meant what I said today. After I saw the video of the pregnant woman who was being dragged by ICE this morning in the snow, they had their knee in her back. People are yelling for them to release her. She's pregnant. Get off of her. Let her go. Oh, yes. Yes, honey. Yes, yes. Yes, it was so bad. If y'all want to go see it, you're going to have to search it because I actually saved it and I thought, no, I'm not going to show it. It was too much for me. I'm so over this administration. And we're talking about grown ass men dragging her by one arm on her face. Yeah. And I thought, if I don't pull this, they're going to pull it. And no one will ever believe that this actually happened. They dragged this poor woman in the snow. And people were throwing snowballs at them and everything. This happened in Minneapolis today. So people were throwing snowballs at them, telling them, let her go, let her go. These fools went to pulling out their guns on the American people. It's all over TikTok. Yeah. No. Mm-mm. I meant what I said today when I say, and for those of you all who are not new to the neighborhood and to Brownstone, you guys know I say this often. The next video was that of the woman. See, whoa, that's heavy. That's heavy. So listen, you reap what you sow, folks. Don't you ever think that you will not pay for what you have done to people. When you knowingly are cruel to people, don't think that you won't reap that back, because you will. Period. Point blank. So go on ahead and have your little fun. And this is, and people, you know, some people were saying, you know, and so it shall be. And I said, I say, I think it's a game out here. We are playing with people's lives. We are literally restructuring the entire destiny of the United States. Yep. Period. Chasing the truth. America's literally, they will reap what they've sown. And what's unfortunate is everything that we're watching. And then, ICE agents are stealing people's items and not giving them back, going on joyrides in people's cars after they've locked the people up. So they're getting a bounty. Did y'all know they were getting a bounty for every person, for every head that they're able to pick up? Did you know that? Just like back in slavery days. Yes, they're getting a bounty. Hey, Devon, how are you, sweetheart? Thank you for being here. Yeah, they're getting a bounty for every person that they pick up. Now, I understand that the bounty is quite hefty. I'm going to have to look it up. I don't want to tell you the wrong. I thought it was $1,500 a head, but that's $1,500 a head per person per day in the private prison systems. We are getting a bounty for every person they pick up. Yes. Hey, Mr. Kitty. And I do recall there was a guy that actually stood in front of his community and said that the reason why he did it was because they were getting paid to pick these people up in addition to their regular paycheck. Guess who's paying for that, y'all? You. With your tax dollars. Isn't that nice? Aren't you excited about that? Your show is on. Hey, Sugar Mama, girl, you a mess. Sugar Mama said, my show is on. Yes, the ICE agent gets the bounty. Correct. Yes, in addition to their paycheck. Yeah. And then you got to remember, organizations, private prisons are the ones that are getting the money. It's not your state prisons that are getting the money. It's the private prison systems, and they're building more private prisons. So these private prison systems are literally going out and they're working in tandem with ICE. And they're saying, we need to fill these beds. How many people can you get? And then they turn it around. Listen closely, y'all. Listen, Linda. Listen. And they're contracted by the United States government. Who you paying? Let's put this in perspective, folks. Who you're paying to go out here and treat people like shit in the street. I just want us to put that in perspective. So they're contracted. Listen closely. You ever been online on Facebook or TikTok or whatever, and you're literally seeing people say, "Oh, I'm going to show you how to get government contracts." That's exactly what they've done. But it went to somebody that could get the job done, like a GeoCorp. Privatization seems to be the new word of this administration. Absolutely. So everything is going to private companies. And so what's happening is we're just going to use GeoCorp because we did a whole expose on them here one night. And GeoCorp goes out and says, "Hey, we need to fill all of these beds. Here's your number, ICE. Go get the bodies. We don't care what you got to do. Go get them. And for every head that you bring in, you will get a bounty for every head that you bring in. We're giving you a $50,000 signing bonus." And so for the price of a human being, they are selling their souls. They are literally going out here and doing these rich folks' bidding, and these rich folks who will never, ever, ever get their hands dirty. Slave patrols. Correct, Sugar Mama. That's exactly what it is. Because now people are literally traveling with their papers. Some of us Black folks know what that means. I remember when I was a young girl, one of the things that my mom used to always ask us, you got your ID on you? You got your ID on you? Mm-hmm. You never know when to put. And see, I grew up in Milwaukee in the hood, okay? Don't get stopped by the police and don't have your ID on you. You will get picked up. Ask me how I know. Didn't do anything. So it's here again. It's literally what it is, the slave patrols. Yep, Sugar Mama, I asked mine. My son is talking about they're going to go hang out for his friend's birthday. I was like, "Well, you make sure you got your ID on you." He wanted to walk around the corner to the grocery store. What did I say? Where you going? Wearing all black. And you the same color as the color you got on in the dark. No, I'll take you. And we live in the suburbs, which is even more interesting, right? I'm not taking any chances with my son or my daughters. It's crazy, right? But I want us to put this in perspective. So if this is still happening and so I think I'm going to also put this out here, a conversation that I was having with a group of friends who are African-American, who are Black folks. It's not that they're not phased, but they're not. They're like, "Oh, this been happening to us." Yeah, that's what. It's been happening to us. I was like, "Oh, wow." So we could talk about it because we're familiar with it. We've been here. It's not changed, right? So that's not a brag. That's the truth. Correct. If that makes sense. So I think ultimately what I'm talking about is still because okay, let's go back here. Let's back up, pause. And I'm going to go into reverse just a little bit. When I was doing my undergrad is in criminal justice. I took a semester of learning about from school to prison. There is an actual designed pipeline, folks. I need you all to hear me. There is an actual pipeline that is designed from school to prison to keep an institution, to keep bodies in position to do the work, right? And we know what that means, because the one way that you can remain enslaved in this country is by what? There's only one way. Legally. It's the 13th Amendment. If you catch a felony, you are what? Enslaved. I'm just trying to keep it as simple as possible. Okay. If y'all want to argue about it, go out, go. What do you need to do? You need to go pick up a what? The Constitution and read it for yourself. I'm not here to argue with folks on tonight. Okay. Welcome everybody. Hey, Little Rock 2517. Hey, Boo 02718. How you doing? Yes, prison. Exactly. I'm gonna go ahead and put y'all comments on the stage so people can see them as they come up. Yeah. So it's just the truth. So it's no different, right? It's just making it easier for people to fill the prison systems. Because guess what was starting to happen? The prison rolls were dropping. Got to get them in there some kind of way. Well, let's think up a way. Let's privatize how we're going to move these bodies through. Now, let's be clear on something that we do know. A lot of people don't know this. So I'm going to go ahead and put this out here because this has come up. I want you all to also understand Barack Obama got a bunch under his belt too. Don't get it twisted. And I might lose some of you all because of that, because of what I just said, but it is the truth. Yeah. I'll beat you to it. Hold on just a minute. Yep. So Barack Obama he did just as much. Minnesota, he did. Yep, it's true. Over the course of his 8 years in office from 2009 to 2016, the Obama administration carried out high levels of deportations with estimates between 3.1 million total deportations, according to Syracuse University's track data. We're just going to call it what it is.
Your uncle not finished yet, so you might as well wait on those numbers.
So they used to actually call him the deporter in chief. I remember they did an entire documentary on the Obama administration blocking off a woman's backyard that literally crossed over into Mexico. And they built a huge metal gate and gave her the key. What are we doing? Now, that's the thing, Cheryl. I'm not really sure if they did it with due process, but let's take a look. So who was targeted? The Obama administration shifted enforcement priorities over time to focus more on removals, formal deportations rather than voluntary returns, and increasingly on individuals with serious criminal convictions or recent border crossers. Okay, interior removals of unauthorized immigrants without serious offenses decreased over time, while border removals and the removal of convicted individuals made up a larger share of total deportations. Now, in 2012, they established the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals that we know as DACA, which has provided deportation relief and work authorization to hundreds of thousands of young unauthorized immigrants who came to the U.S. as children, which has created this whole other leg of mess, right? Because some of these kids, it's expired, right? They don't know, they've never been, they don't know the first thing about the country that they were born in, and they're sending those kids back. They don't know anyone. So in 2014, he announced broader executive actions meant to protect a larger group of unauthorized immigrations from deportation. But those actions were blocked by the Supreme Court in a tied decision. Now, his administration also supported legislative reform efforts, but Congress didn't pass them. Now, during his presidency, the U.S. unauthorized immigrant population stabilized around 11.5 million people. Okay. The only reason why I'm bringing this up, that's the thing is the reason why I'm bringing this up is because it comes up a lot on my platforms. People message me, they always bring him up. So I'm bringing it up to you. This is something that I know, and I know people that worked in that administration that can tell you that that's what he was known for. and they were not happy about it. Okay. And neither was I. And I was just as vocal. Okay. But I just wanted to kind of point that out. Now, overall, his immigration legacy is kind of, it's kind of complex. They aren't even recognizing the amendments or Constitution. They're making shit up. So, that's high enforcement totals, executive actions like DACA. He did try to put some things in position and in place like DACA. Period, point blank, Marvin, you are correct, right? Comprehensive immigration reform. He did try to do that, but it still remains elusive because of legislative gridlock. So you guys definitely do need to know that. The reason why I'm bringing this up, so when people say that, well, what about Obama? Well, let me tell you what he did.
They don't say it.
Okay? But the level of enforcement that you are currently seeing with this administration,
Totally different.
this is a different ball game. This is something, it's unprecedented. I've never seen anything like it outside of what I saw in black and white videos in school during the 40s.
Correct.
So I just had to go on ahead and put that out there. It's cruel, period. So let's talk about what we can find out for what's to date right now for this current administration. It is about the money, period, point blank, sugar mama, point blank. So now, right now, get this now. Here's what I want you all to know. White House is currently reporting that since this current administration has been in office, there's nearly 200,000 undocumented immigrants that have been deported, including people with criminal convictions, including not just criminal convictions. It also is claiming 1.6 million illegal aliens have left the U.S. on their own through voluntary departures. Okay. So right now, what we're looking at, U.S. Department of Homeland Security data shows that over 2 million undocumented immigrants have left the U.S. in fewer than 250 days. 1.6 million voluntary, 400,000 formal deportations carried out by authorities. So let's talk about that. So I said earlier that Obama did how many million? Let's go ahead and ask those questions. Let's be honest. I'm going somewhere with this. 3.1 million. 3.1 million. Now he did that between 2009 and 2016. So that's 8 years. 3.1 million. This guy has been in office, ain't been a good year. Ain't been a year.
It's been a good day.
And here's what he's already done. But what he wants to do, exactly. Sugar Mama took the words right out of my mouth. He always been in competition with Obama, even the bad stuff. Right. 3.1 million. Yeah. In 8 years. 3.1 million in 8 years. And that's a lot of people. Yeah. And all he's trying to do, I don't care what anybody says, even with the Affordable Care Act. Did y'all see what happened today with the Affordable Care Act? Oh, it's 9 o'clock. We'll talk about this. We're going to talk further about this because I definitely want to go and talk. I want to talk about what this guy wants to do in terms of, hang on just a minute. Yeah. So I want y'all to hear what I just said. 3.1 million over 8 years. Right. But at the same token, he's going to hurt the country, period. He's hurting the country. He thinks he's doing something nice. Ain't no way in hell he think he's doing something nice. He knows that this is cruel. He knows everybody how did the vote go? You know what? I was just for the Affordable Care Act. Child, when I tell you they got the cutting up in there, did y'all see that? Ooh, my God, today. Yeah, it's no way in hell. The downfall of America is coming. Oh, honey, we already falling.
It's already there.
I keep on falling. Let me stop. So let's talk about that. The ACA subsidy. I should have had this pulled up, y'all, but I didn't because I couldn't believe what I was watching. They literally were yelling out. Yeah. Out of love with you. Speaker Mike Johnson, he got up, he had a whole bunch to say. It was incredulous. It was literally incredulous. So the subsidy issue is a major focus of congressional action. Lawmakers are negotiating whether to extend, modify, or let enhanced subsidies lapse, with competing bills and procedural maneuvers in both the House and the Senate. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this up completely on Associated Press because I think we should, because I was watching, I was like, what in the world is going on? So let me go over to Associated Press because that's where I saw it. Mind blowing. I don't even want to talk about that. It was just so much. Here we go.
Crazy.
He's live now. Yeah. I'm terrified. I don't even want to, I don't know. What are we doing? Let's see. And then I'm gonna go ahead and say I will see you all tomorrow because I want to see this. You know what I mean? And I know that if I sit here and watch it with you all, the platforms that I'm currently on are going to say, "Hey, Billy, how are you? Good to see you, honey." I want to say he already blaming Biden, girl. Oh my God,
Girl, come on now. Who you think he gonna blame himself?
it is so hard to watch him, like for real. Like it's so hard. I don't know. But let me go on ahead and see what I can see, honey. I'm just sad. Want to do it? I'm going in. I don't even want to hear.
Go under.
Oh, he's addressing the nation. Jesus, I can't. Can I just put him on mute and let the words just
Come out of his mouth.
At all 7 swing states and everything else with a mandate to take on a sick and corrupt system that extrade really just took the wealth from people and crushed the dreams of the American people. For the last 4 years, the United States was ruled by politicians who fought only for insiders, illegal aliens.
Sis, come on, let's move to Africa. Build us a house. Come on and go.
Terrorists,
Child.
foreign nations.
I'm like Medea. I ain't come from Africa. I came from Cleveland in my Cadillac. Let me
They
stop.
flooded your cities and towns with
Did you
illegal
hear him?
aliens.
Oh my
They
God.
decimated your hard-earned savings. They indoctrinated your children with hate for America. They just
Teresa
released
is
a
over here
level of
dying.
violent
Listen.
felonies
I'm
that
dead.
we had never seen to prey on innocent. They caused war. They caused mayhem. They caused a horrible situation all over the globe. But now you have a president who fights for the law-abiding, hard-working people of our country, the ones who make this nation run, who make this nation work. And after just 1 year, we have achieved more than anyone could have imagined. Starting on day one, I took immediate action to stop the invasion of our southern border. For the past 7 months, 0 illegal aliens have been allowed into our country, a feat which everyone said was absolutely impossible. Do you remember when Joe Biden said that he needed
Here we go.
Lead your
Word salad. Yes, Cheryl. Yes. He's delusional. Yes.
Congress and everyone else. As it turned out, we didn't need legislation. We just needed a new president. We inherited the worst border anywhere in the world, and we quickly turned it into the strongest border in the history of our country. In other words,
Rosemary says, stop. Make it stop.
we went from
Y'all should see the comments, yo. For real.
we're deporting criminals, restoring safety to our most dangerous cities. Just take a look
Charlie
at
Brown
Washington,
teacher, wah,
D.C.
wah, wah,
It's
wah.
at levels of safety that we've never seen before.
Safety.
They decimated the
Mute.
bloodthirsty foreign
And I need him to stop
cartels.
using Jesse
We
Beauty.
did
Stop
that
using the
all
word.
by ourselves with our people.
My understanding
and we're
is that
so
Dan is
proud
not
of it
well.
because they were poisoning it to
Somebody
destroy
said, boy,
our
bye.
population.
I gotta
By
mute it. I can't
ocean
take no more. My nerves is bad. That did it for me.
Don't put it back on.
Marvin said I live in one of these cities and he's lying.
Of course he is.
Billy says I'm on the toilet.
I need to be because it's ridiculous.
This is crazy.
This is some BS. Something wrong with that man. I told y'all.
Does anyone have $5 on Cash App to spare? Somebody said, boy, bye, I'm dead. my anxiety was 100. What the hell's wrong with him? Y'all know what's wrong with that man.
Oh Lord,
You know what happens when the sun go down? He said the first time in 3,000 years. We ain't been around that long.
In his mind, in his little head, we have.
Delusions of grandeur, yes. You can't take anything. He said, no, Eminem, 3,000. He said 3,000 years. Oh my
Yes,
God,
he
today.
said last 3,000
Hold on,
years.
y'all. I know. I'm on the toilet on the best seat ever. I just told you they need to diagnose them. They always diagnose the people. Listen.
And he need to be diagnosed.
Why is he bringing up Biden? We don't want to know about Biden, bro. What you doing?
He gonna tell you about all of them except for himself. Come on, man. What's coming down fast? Nothing.
Everything. He says everything.
Yeah.
I know.
He's an idiot.
My son just came in here with 2 bags of groceries. He said, Mother, this cost me $55.
And the
So,
bags wasn't
yeah,
even full.
that's why he wanted to speak tonight. He already say other people because he can't face himself. Next, he will be talking about Jimmy Carter. Hell, might as well go back to Ford.
No, well, it's coming.
No, because it's not going to bother him.
Because he's crazy.
Well, I mean, and not just that, we're also talking about somebody that
nuts.
is literally like so rich, none of this is going to bother him. So he doesn't. This is not impacting him. Not on the level that it's impacting other people.
We can't even go to the grocery store. We come back with a bag.
Where are the white coat people? I
Know
don't know.
me.
Hey, G, how are you?
Where the what people?
White coat people.
Oh, because we need it.
Yeah. He'll say Biden 205 times before he's done. Y'all, how is Biden even? So y'all, he got this. Wages are going up. Who made this PowerPoint presentation for him?
He made it for himself, probably.
Are we ever? Rosemary, that's a good question. I don't think we'll ever be the same.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely not. Nobody's going to be able to fix what he's destroying. Because he's going to destroy it. Because he knows he ain't going to be able to come back. He think he can. But he's going to destroy it.
I mean, remember, he never followed the teleprompter. No, he's not following it now.
And he won't. He not.
One more time, y'all. I'm sorry. Let's listen.
Much of this success has been accomplished by tariffs. My favorite word, tariffs, which for many decades have been used successfully by other countries against us, but not anymore. Companies know that if they build in America, there are no tariffs, and that's why they're coming home to the USA in record numbers. They're building factories.
Haley said, "Can he follow the light?"
Automobiles. We're doing what
Sorry.
nobody does.
Oh my God. Okay, y'all.
What did
All
you
right,
just
that's
say about
enough.
the Buffalo Bills?
I don't even know.
I hope you said it was on a good track. Because what did you say about the Buffalo Bills?
He is going to make you cuss. I still see red every time I hear terrorists because people still don't understand that regardless, we're the ones paying the tariff fee.
He ain't losing no money.
Exactly. Sugar Mama said it best, but to be sure, he's just the front man. He's bought by bribery terrorists. How can anyone take him seriously? No one. Clearly, you all should see the comments.
Excuse me.
And this is on Fox.
Some that's really taking him.
Yeah, they're leaving him. I see Central State mental in his future. I don't see that in his future, but I definitely see something in his future.
I see mental state.
Exactly. Who's the puppet master? So let's talk about that, shall we? While I have each one of you, we're going to be, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to talk a little bit about the authoritarian stack.
Goodness gracious.
And then I'm going to go to bed so I can get up and do this again. The authoritarian stack. Yes, on Fox Live right now. But I want to definitely talk to you guys about the authoritarian stack and what you definitely need to know, which is going to further validate what Sugar Mama just said on TikTok. So what I want you all to understand is this. Listen very closely. In late July 2025, deep within the Pentagon's bureaucratic machinery, the U.S. Army quietly signed away a piece of its sovereignty. Listen closely to this. A $10 billion contract with Palantir Technologies, one of the largest in the Department of Defense history, was framed as a move toward efficiency. It consolidated 75 procurement agreements into a single contract. You listening? Yes, Peter Thiel. Now, let me tell you what Peter Thiel said. A strategic handover of core military functions to a private company whose founder, Peter Thiel, has declared that, quote, freedom and democracy are no longer compatible. Did y'all hear that? Oh, but wait, there's more. You ready? So let's talk about the authoritarian tech network. What you need to know, check this out. I'm gonna go deep, Devon. So you might want to buckle up. And I'm literally going to. I did an entire like a speak piece on it. It was like 33 minutes. I'm gonna load it to TikTok. It is currently on my YouTube page. If you want to go over there and check it out at Brownstone Worldwide, basically, Sugar Mama, you are correct. So let me tell you who's a part of what they call the king makers. Peter Thiel is the architect of this authoritarian stack. He is a part of several other gentlemen, and let's put these folks in perspective. Mark Andreessen, the ideologue of acceleration, SpaceX, which is connected to Elon Musk, Alex Karp, who is a part of Palantir with Peter Thiel, Donald Trump Jr., he's the political connector who is connected to Lux, 1789 Capital, Anduril, Thiel Capital. There's the Founders Fund that connects Donald Trump Jr. to J.D. Vance, who is the political vehicle. You follow? Did you see that, Sharika? Palmer Luckey is a part of Anduril, the automated warfare, but he's also a part of Thiel Capital, A16Z Capital, 1789 Capital. They're not, Rosemary. Not in this one. Now, there's also Oculus. There's David Sachs. He's the crypto czar. Are you following so far? All of these folks are a part of the technology piece that's behind what's currently happening. A couple of folks that you need to pay attention to at this very point, literally, or all of them, Elon Musk and SpaceX. Tech stock market bros, period. Each one of them is connected to the other in some kind of way, right? Let's scroll down just a little bit further. J.D. Vance propelled to the vice presidency Mr. Never Trump by $15 million from who? Peter Thiel, and became the face of tech right governance. And behind him, Thiel's network moved into the machinery of the state. Doing what? Creating the surveillance materials for the United States government. I can believe it, Rosemary. Under the banner of patriotic tech, this new block is building the infrastructure of control. Let me tell you how. You listening? Clouds, AI, finance, drones, satellites, an integrated system that is called the authoritarian stack. It is faster, ideological, and fully privatized. You've heard me say that often. A regime where corporate boards, not public law, listen again, a regime where corporate boards, not public law, set the rules. So what does that tell you about who's live right now? The only way that they could pull this off was they had to get him in there. You get it? Does that make sense? It makes sense, doesn't it? Because if we have everybody focused over here, we can get him to get us all the things that we need over here, which is to privatize everything. And how do we do that? We create an organization called Doge. Once we get him in office, don't care how we get him in office, but let's get him in there. And we can create something called Doge. And we can clean house. Because once we clean house, somebody gotta come back and do the work, right? We can just go ahead and put our own private entities in there if it's already set up. Here's something else you need to know. So to understand why this capture is happening so rapidly, we need you to follow the personnel. Let me tell you who's already in office right now in the White House. Sit down. Michael Kratsios, a part of the Teal Network. He's the former chief of staff, and he's the White House Office of Science and Technology Policy Director. Michael Obadal from Anduril. He was nominated as Army Undersecretary while still holding up, sit down, $1 million in company stock. He's the Undersecretary of the Army. Yeah. Gregory Barbaccia from Palantir. A decade at Palantir, he is now the Federal Chief Information Officer. Isn't this fabulous? This is amazing. This is why we need to be, yeah. Hey, Becca, how are you? Good to see you, honey. Hey, V, Mrs. G, come on in the room. So are you following where I'm going with this? This is not to terrify you. This is to inform you. I'm well. Thank you for asking. We're talking about the authoritarian stack. It's rated X. All right, Billy. What'd you miss? We were listening to the speech, and I think we all got, it's a distraction. Exactly. It's a distraction. So we're talking about the authoritarian stack. Like I said, I'm going to go ahead and load it here. Yep. Judging against him, clearly not enough. But at this point, with what we're talking about right now, what does it even matter? Because everything is being privatized. While we mad up front, and none of it, I'm not saying that none of it doesn't matter. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm hoping that this is helping us to understand is how deep this rabbit hole is and how this was the plan. We don't care that he's cognitively not all there anymore. We don't care. He's in position so we can do what we need to do behind the closed doors. And they're going to be so pissed off at each other, fighting at each other like this is a WWE tournament. And we're going to be restructuring how this entire country will run. You get it? All while he's tap dancing right now live. And we'll talk about that instead of this. And of course, we should still be talking about that because now we're getting ready to really be distracted. You know why? Because on the 19th, what's supposed to happen? Those files supposed to be released, right? Yes. But it's even bigger than that. Because they already redacting them. We're never going to see the whole thing. Hey, a girl on the internet, how are you? You see what I mean? It's just, and I couldn't figure it out. I kept trying to put my finger on it, put my finger on it. And when I got a message from someone in my inbox, someone that I know very dear to me, and he said, I need you to read this. And I need you to read it in its entirety. And then I need you to talk about it. Because he's the front guy. So they can do whatever they want. Everything is being privatized. We just talked about GeoCorp and all of the other private prisons. Yeah, they're going to redact it. We're never going to see the full documents if we ever get to see them at all, because now we're getting ready to be distracted with what's happening with Venezuela, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And they're retiring in the new year. You know why they're retiring? What they going to run for? Because they know a blue wave is coming. But will there be enough time to do anything? They know it's a lost cause. They're trying to get out now. Oh, yeah. So many people are in those files. It's pitiful. That's why they're erasing, cutting, and pasting. We're never going to see the full one, ever.
Mm.
I don't care what anybody say. Oh, it's get it in 30 days and so forth. So it did all of this ruckus. But you know, nobody ever talked about the victims and their healing process and what's doing that. That's a whole different ball of wax that we haven't discussed. And it's an absolute overwhelm that we're spending so much time left versus right, red versus blue, when in reality, they want us to continue to keep doing that so we remain distracted. It's just like the Housewives of, that entire franchise that has literally encouraged women to treat each other poorly in public and be rewarded for it. Exactly, Billy. It's all a setup. Sharika, that's fine, but they're going to do it anyway. Mm-hmm. That's all this is. It's literally a game to them. And they're like, oh, well, if we remember, I tell y'all often, Johnny Q. Public is stupid. If we tell you something long enough, you're gonna believe it. You're gonna believe it. Facts. So here we are. I've been on here 51 minutes. Didn't I say I was gonna be here 29?
Mm-hmm.
What I don't understand is if Jack Smith had all the evidence to convict, why is he walking free? Your guess is as good as mine. They're not planning their exits to foreign countries as we speak. It would not surprise me. The song Wonderful is about him too. It is absolutely amazing. So what we're witnessing is someone who is literally watching the sun go down, and we're witnessing that. But not only are we witnessing that, while that's going on, and while he's living in this world of the emperor with his new clothes on, the other thing is they're dismantling everything. They need all the distractions that they can get, and you paying for it. Let's finish up this authoritarian stack before I wrap it up. So they also have people in military that are in position as well. Shyam Sankar from Palantir is now considered a lieutenant colonel of the U.S. Army. Andrew Bosworth of Meta is also a lieutenant colonel of the U.S. Army. Kevin Well of OpenAI is now an official lieutenant colonel of the U.S. Army. And Bob McCrew of OpenAI are now a part of the U.S. Army as well as a lieutenant colonel. What you also need to know is ideology fuels this venture capital. Capital captures the state. The state feeds the same private systems that built it. What does that mean for you? It goes like this. Sit down. Taxpayers pay into the government system, to the Pentagon, to intelligence, Homeland Security, Health and Human Services, and DOGE. Let me say that again. Slow down. Taxpayers, you, me, to the tune of over $2.2 billion. Are you listening? To the tune of $2.2 billion are paying into the U.S. government. Your tax dollars goes to the Pentagon, goes to Health and Human Services, goes to DOGE. Let me say that again, just in case y'all really think that they care about the left or the right more than they do about what they're doing. Your tax dollars paying the Pentagon. Who's running the Pentagon right now? Intelligence, Health and Human Services, and DOGE. Now, remember what DOGE just did. They went through and decimated entire departments of federal offices and sent folks who were literally employees for years or new employees. They sent them home, told them, don't you come back here. It was dismantled. Now, let's talk about this. So you're funding all of this. Oh, but wait. Exactly. But let's go here chasing the truth. So your tax dollars feeds the government. We know that, right? Guess who's in position to get those tech contracts? Palantir, Anduril, SpaceX, and OpenAI. Hey, Alan. They got what they wanted before they dismantled. Exactly. Are you following where I'm going with this? Let me go again, just in case you want to write that down while I say it. Your tax dollars pays into the government. The government hires these tech companies and gives them multi-millions of dollars of what? Your tax dollars. And what do those companies, those tech companies, do with your tax dollars, babies? Class, you want to know what they're doing? They're taking that funding and they are fueling it into their venture capital funds. Folks, did you catch that? Yeah. Into the Founders Fund, into A16Z, into 8VC or 8 Venture Capital GC, and 1789 Capital, to name a few. Bingo. A girl on the internet said, so we being played? Girl, yes. The capital funds. Yes. Isn't that nice? Aren't you excited that you know this now? Yeah. 100%
You need any
played.
more help?
Yep. How cool is that? And you all know I'm being facetious now, right? You have a right to know. You have a right to know. Right in your faces. And your tax dollars are paid for it. And you should be really excited about that. Oh, yes. Now, in the podcast that I did this on YouTube, which I'm going to share on TikTok as well, for those of you who don't go to YouTube, I literally share with you the document. So you'll actually be able to see it. Yep. And again, I don't care who comes in this room. I don't care if you voted for him or not. I don't care if you're reformed or not. I don't care where you are. You need to know that you're literally being played in your face right now because they're playing us against each other to get what they want. You get it?
Got it.
You stay watching. Oh, yes. Okay. Bombacious, how are you? Okay. What's your YouTube page? Brownstone Worldwide. Brownstone Worldwide. You can go over there. That's my company page. Yeah. I just really feel like you have a right to know where your tax dollars are going. It's only fair. You know what I mean? You got it now? So now let's talk about this. So the Founders Fund is Thiel's $17 billion flagship. It led Anduril's $1 billion round at $30.5 billion valuation. It was the first institutional investor in both Palantir and SpaceX. I'm sorry, what? Whatever do you mean? Oh, that's right. Let me tell you why. Because Peter Thiel and Elon Musk are both from South Africa. Did y'all forget that? Yeah. Okay. So Palantir's quarterly revenue now exceeds $1 billion, up 53%, sit down in government contracts. How are they being paid through these government contracts? Go all the way back to the beginning, from your paycheck, from your Social Security checks, from your disability checks. How you feel about that? Yeah, damn. 1789 Capitol epitomizes dynasty. Founded by Thiel's confidants, it channels and was joined by Donald Trump Jr. And it grew from $150 million to over $1.1 billion. And it sends tens of millions into where? Musk's empire, SpaceX, for orbital dominance. XAI for military AI. And we already know what XAI and Grok did, correct? Who remembers? We did an entire piece on it on Substack, and we came here and we talked about it. They built a data center in the poorest community in Memphis, Tennessee, a Black community. And they said that they only had 15 turbine engines running. It was actually 30 or 35, some ridiculous number. Kushner, we're going to talk about that too. Yep. You see how dirty this is? And they don't care nothing about you. They went right into that Black community. Guess why? Because the Chamber of Commerce and their local politicians in Memphis said, we don't care. We need the money. We're dying out here in these streets. Businesses are closing up. We need you to come in here and do what you need to do to help us to revive these communities. And guess what? Right in the community that I live in right now, they just approved us for 3. Make it make sense. Yep.
Crazy.
Now, let's talk about this. So since they are channeling all of this money into SpaceX for orbital dominance and XAI for military AI, Andreessen Horowitz of A16Z, through its American Dynamism Fund, backs defense tech and what it calls builders of the American state. He rallied Silicon Valley's billionaire class to Trump's 2024 campaign. Smaller giants like 8 Venture Capital or 8VC and General Catalyst reinforced the pattern, and these folks poured $450 million into Anduril. That's General Catalyst led a $1.48 billion round. Where is the money coming from to go? So let's go back, shall we? Let's go backwards and let's find out where the money comes from. The venture capitalist funds gets their money from the tech companies. The tech companies that are doing all of this work from these government contracts are getting them from the government. And where does the government get their money from? You and me. Y'all ought to be hot as fish grease. Yeah. So now what we're looking at is all of these companies creating what is called privatized sovereignty. Critical state infrastructure are being privatized across 5 domains: data, defense, space, energy, and money. The foundations of what? Democratic power, folks. These domains form the architecture of privatized sovereignty, a technological regime where power flows through laws, infrastructure, and automated platforms. Bingo! Oh, chasing the truth, hit it on the head. We are financing our own demise. And I'm saying it with a smile on my face. Alan says, this is reminding me of the movie Divergent. Yeah, look at, did you see this? I'm just telling y'all, like I say, we yeah. So what's happening right now is it's already being felt in Europe. Problem is, we may not be able to. We may not be able to stop because we're so far in and we didn't know until we knew. Hey, Carol Sue, how are you? Good to see you. Y'all, neighbors, Carol Sue is in the building. I need y'all to understand. Chipping away at democracy. And you need to know This is of course I'm being slightly facetious, but I also want you all to understand that this is bigger than the left and the right. This is bigger than breaking news. This is all about all of the things that we're paying attention to while all this other stuff is happening behind the scenes. They want us to be distracted. They want us to be distracted with the things that we should be distracted with. But somebody need to be behind the curtain where the wizard is literally doing all of the work.
True.
I'm just saying. I knew I wasn't going to be able to do it. I've been on here for an hour and 5 minutes. I said, oh, I'm going to be on here for 30 minutes. Yeah. So I'll be back in the morning. I'll be back in the morning.
After I walk. We start our walk tomorrow.
I'm not walking.
30 minutes. 30 minutes of a walk. That's not a lot. Got to do our walk 30 minutes a day. Okay. Then she'll be back, gang.
So I will be back at 11:30. And so my cousin says I have to walk. So we're going to walk.
Yes, we're walking.
So Billy said you need Jack Daniels tonight.
Yeah, we really did. We missed the store though.
This Coca-Cola will be just fine.
Jeez.
Yeah. Okay, so the new rule. So if you guys are just now joining me, you're getting the gummy. Kim. Hey girl, how you doing? Good to see you. Oh, Kim, I really wish that you could attend this event this Saturday. Everybody's sick. That's supposed to be singing but me, so I'm staying in the house. So I don't know. Listen, yeah. But anyway, here's what you need to know. The last couple of months, I made a decision to pull back from going live because I needed it to make fiscal sense for myself. Because I do run a business, and it's a media company. And big shout out to our 3rd year anniversary for Brownstone Living Magazine, and 9 years for BrownstoneWorldwide.com, and 11 years for Cityscape Radio. Let's talk about that. Thank you. You know what I can't say.
Horns are blowing over here.
So stupid. So we are in the process of. Thank you so much. We are in the process of. And I have a studio. I didn't have a studio before. I haven't been to the studio in a week, and I need to go and do some shows and stuff down there. But anyway, we have Stoop House Studios now, and we just acquired 2 new media clients in the sports industry. So we are moving along. But what I had to do is I had to figure out a way to make this make fiscal sense. If I'm going to be spending, because y'all know how I go. I come on here and I'm here for 2 hours here. Then 2 hours turn into 3, 2 hours turn. And then I was doing it twice a day. It had to stop because it had to make fiscal sense. But in between that, like I was talking about yesterday, and Carol Silver, for those of you all who are catching me, and you might not have seen me for a while, what I realized was people were reaching out to me in my inbox. A couple things. Big shout out to Carol Sue and a bunch of you guys, Angie T, SR Brillinger, Cheryl. A couple more of you guys were sending me news on a regular basis while I was working on building the business so I could stay abreast. And you didn't know you were doing that, but you were. So big shout out to all of those people in the neighborhood, because that's what we call ourselves here. We're all neighbors in the Brownstone, right? Now, during that time, some of you guys would literally send me messages and say, hey, instant follow. I really like your vibe, your flow. And I really like watching your channel. And I would be like, channel. So guess who went down the rabbit hole and did what? I did some fact checking. Yes, Carol Sue. So I was like, why are they starting to call it a channel? And then I found out about something called microcasting. We talked about it a little bit yesterday when I went live. Microcasting is this new thing that is starting to happen with creators like myself who literally do this full time. I do this full time. Outside of the business, this is what I'm a content creator. And so ultimately Brownstone Worldwide is a part of that. But the truth is if it's a channel, I have to treat it like one, which means that if it's monetized, I have to give you a little bit of news, a little bit of entertainment, right? I also have to give you some advertising, just a touch of it, so you'll know that this is sponsored by so and so and so and so, which means that if you're on TikTok, you might just see me do a commercial or a TikTok shop affiliate. Check this out, because I got stuff that's been sent to me. I get invites all the time, and I'm going to start accepting them as well. So you'll see that, and it'll be like a flow, right? So there you go, Eminem. Yeah. How do you get the magazine? Are you in? Hang on just a minute. You know what? I will put it in my story as soon as this is over. I will put it in my story, and you can tap the link and you'll get the free digital version. It is the exact same as the print. Okay. So you'll be able to get it that way. And you have my word. No fingers crossed over here. You have my word that I will put that up in the stories, and I'll do that on all of the platforms. And then also I will put the link to the magazine on Brownstone Worldwide. I don't know why I haven't done that yet. But yeah, so yeah. You're supposed to show me. You made it from somebody else. You learned it from somebody else. I did. My magazine comes out every month. It's called Brownstone Living Magazine. So I will put it in the stories as soon as this is over. Oh. Do you have a link? Yes. So I will also put that in a story as well, Jan. Okay? Because I want you all to see the same information that I have. Cool. So listen, y'all, I'm an hour and 11 minutes in. You know what? Ain't no telling chasing the truth. At this point, listen, is TikTok going down on the 19th? We don't know. Yeah. We don't know. But we talked about that too yesterday. This is $1 billion. And thank you for taking time to hang out with me, Cheryl. Let's talk about that, because without you all, there is no Brownstone. I don't exist. So I appreciate you all for taking the time to be a part of the neighborhood, honestly, for real. So, yeah. So you'll see me on the cover, with my little hair wrap on. Oh no, this is just day 2. I'm back. My little hair wrap on, and I was in my studio where we shot. Oh, and I also shot at T Olive Books, one of my favorite places. But you'll see the growth and what's happening, and I just confirmed all but 2 covers for 2026 already. We're done. So the next step is we're going to shore up our advertisers and all the other things and so forth. So that's where we kind of are. And again, without you guys, we wouldn't be able to do that. They loved it. TikTok ain't going right, Marvin, because it's $1 billion moneymaker. The amount of people that literally make their living on here, and I'm one of them as a creator. Now I'm not popping like some of y'all on here, because some of y'all making full-time incomes and buying houses and cars and boats with on cash.
She gonna be.
Oh, thank you, Cheryl. I appreciate that. Oh, thank you for that. A girl on the internet said, "You popping to me, you make $0." Yeah, I've been in the creator program now going on 2 years. It's been good to me. I won't lie. It helps me to pay my team. And when I tell you I'm building this Brownstone up one bootstrap at a time, I'm not kidding. It's all funded by the work that we do, and it goes back out, and that's how we do it. And people say, "Oh, you should get funding. You should get that." Do you know what that means? As a Black woman owning a media company, do you understand what that would mean? Hey, Kayshawn. Hey, girl. Okay, Susan Taylor. What that would mean is what I'm trying not to do is, and I'm not speaking this out here, but ownership is important to me. And there's some things in my level of integrity that I refuse to part from. So it's gonna be some things that I won't do. So we're gonna take some time, and it's been slow dragging, but we getting there. Good to see you. We get ready to leave. But I'll be back in the morning, 11:30 Eastern Standard Time. Amen. Let me stop. We shall be back.
11:30.
Y'all, 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, unless, of course, I have a meeting I don't know about. And then if I, honestly, but like today, I had such a hell of a day, and then this thing. But I'm getting ready to do a recap and check out what he said tonight, because I just ain't got it in me. Is that my sister in there? Is that Juliet? Juliet, if that's you, say something. on my own talk. Amen. Yes. But listen, y'all, 3 things that we always like to tell everybody before we end every single show. 1, love your life. It is the only one that you have. 2, live your life to the fullest and embrace everything that is your life, because you only get one you might as well enjoy it. And lastly, breathe through every single moment. Y'all, go to bed, get you something to drink, relax, and we'll see y'all tomorrow. We'll see you around.
Welcome to Brownstone Worldwide. Welcome to Brownstone Worldwide. Tips, topics, and talk, we got it all. Brownstone Boozy and Breakfast with Vernell. Here to entertain, and we will help you live well. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you are welcome in the essence. This broadcast, Brownstone, the light is contagious. But you need go on and receive it for yourself. Just open it, exuberant, evolution, excited. We standing on the foundation of expression. You might have seen, you might have been, or you could have gravitated. Our foundation, we want to create a space for all to collaborate and be liberated from eventually all over the globe. And we are extending a hand to those who are an extension from maybe platforms, dig into another stratosphere. Welcome to Brownstone Worldwide. Welcome to Brownstone Worldwide. Tips, topics, and talk, we got it all. Brownstone Boozy and Breakfast with Vernell. Here to entertain, and we will help you live well. And that is MSG, the message in the message. I can OD on my execution of excellency. And this as a man right now, and things on